The reality is that Ruben Amram has won 7 out of his 29 games in the Premier League. Just for comparison, that's the same win percentage as Neil Warnock during his time in the Prem. If you want to compare it to who he played in the Europa League final last summer, right, or at the end of last season, you had two teams that were so shit in the league. One finished 15th, one finished 17th. The one that finished 17th won the trophy. They got rid of their manager because they said, you know what? I don't care that we won the trophy. It's not good enough. We need to find someone to fix this and get more out of the players that we've got at our disposal. We'll do some signings in the summer, but we can still be better than 17th. Thomas Frank has gone in now, and he's already done something that Ruben Amram hasn't done, which is won back-to-back Premier League games. And it's not like, oh, they've had easy opponents. They beat Man City on their own patch at the weekend. And this is the new and improved Manchester City as well. All right, Thomas Frank's already done that because even he was like, you know what? The Spurs might not be that good, but they're better than 17th. And they are. In the same way that we are better than 15th. Those players are better than 15th. We can all say, they're criminals, but they are better than 15th. And it's the tale of two managers, tale of two coaches there. One changed and one didn't. And look what's happened. As I mentioned, already back-to-back Premier League wins for him. Ruben Amorim, he hasn't been able to do that. So for me, I look at this and I say, Ruben Amorim, the next two games, one's against Grimsby. We're going into a game where we're saying we've got to get our first win of the season against Grimsby. He has to win that, obviously. And then that next game against Burnley, a newly promoted side at home, he has to win. If he doesn't win those two, then I think he's probably done because there's no coming back from that.
If you lose against Grimsby, that even
and even if you do win that, but you don't win in the league against a newly promoted side at home, so it's over. So the pressure's on, and you can say, like you said, we can get into the staunch defense of us too early. I can't believe fans fickle, blah blah blah. This isn't just 2 games. It's not. This has been since November, and I see Wayne Rooney this morning saying on BBC that he's got no excuses, and he doesn't. Like there are no excuses. There aren't.
And we've said. I said it's like because the record was so crap last year. It should be really easy to show marginal improvement to just keep everyone on board. That should be if you are a decent enough manager with some support in a transfer window, you should be able to show that last season's at least a blip. That doesn't mean that you're definitely going to be the right guy. It doesn't mean that you're going to win great things, etc., etc. But there just should be something that you look at and say, listen, man, we're going to go in the right direction. Now, look, it is the only thing I'm going to give a bit of, other side. This isn't just a Ruben bashing session, like where, you're just going in on the manager without any pushback on the other side. We're going to talk about it properly because that's my thing is that when we talk about these types of things, it's all one way or it's all that way. And that annoys me. I think we have to talk about it properly. And you're right. It isn't just a couple of games of this season. I don't think you can say that. You've seen enough last season to suggest that you need to pivot from that immediately. And when you're seeing, like you say, Thomas Frank come in and he's adapted his system, he's taking it game by game, he's asking for different things from his players depending on who they're playing against, and the players are buying in. Because what is abundantly clear is there is nobody, and if there is, I don't agree with them, that should be like, I don't like is the pushback of typical United fans turning on the manager because of this, and you don't want to see a rebuild. Get out of here with that. That I don't agree with. I can see positives if you want to find some positives and be like, it just needs a bit more time. But I don't think anybody has the right when we're this shit
to be losing games and then be like, that's fine.
Nobody has the right to tell the other side, you're being too quick on this. It's people like you that are the problem. You're toxic. I don't agree with telling anybody that they have to believe in this manager because you're all wrong. You don't get to say that, bro. He's got more games than points. More games than points.
He's got Neil Warnock win percentage. So
I'm not having that.
You're not, and you're right. Because we spoke about this yesterday, KJ, myself, going, I don't think we're at the position now to be saying to people that if they go like, I don't think this manager can do it, he needs to go.
Yeah.
I don't think we're in the right to be like, well, you're not a fan because you think that. Oh, fuck that, man. You're allowed to think what you want. You can say what you can think what you want. You can say what you want. And it's look, if this was Ruben Amram's second game, I'd go, you know what, fair enough. Second game, maybe that's a bit early, but it's not. You know, he's had like, was it 24 in the Prem? There's a lot. And like I said yesterday, we didn't even lose, but it feels like a loss because it's last season's feeling all over again. It's, oh my God, Groundhog Day's back.
Yeah, and this was actually a draw.
Well, it's Groundhog Day again.
Yeah,
it really was.
It is that. And you know what? I'll be honest. I'm not doing the blinking thing. I said when Ruben was on his way in, I'm not doing the whole, you're going to find out finally. I didn't do any of that. I said, I need to see when he gets here because this Premier League thing is different. Then you look at last year, I stand by. A lot of people didn't say this. I stand by that I think you need to give him the chance to get his players and, you know, improve and, you know, give him a chance. I understand people who said you should have sacked him in the summer because it was fine. And in the end, if he gets sacked early this year, those people will get to say, we told you, you should have. I'm not really interested in that. I'm just told, I can't. I hate it. I hate the in, the out, the this, that, and the other. So what I will say is that he's running out of games, and very, very soon, if he doesn't pick up, the door will be there in front of him.
It's stuff like this, though. This is when, like, so PB Big Up says, Arsenal drew at Craven Cottage in their last visit there. It's not really the end of the world. Got to start being more realistic and stop underestimating teams like Fulham thinking of winners for granted. PB, we won our last 8 times at Craven Cottage. You know, we won our last, but was anyone saying about us competing for a title this season? No. You can pick out individual results and say, but this team did this there, but this team, who gives a shit what other teams did? What did we do? What did we do yesterday? We didn't win.
And Arsenal could afford to draw there because they win 85% of their other games.
They still finished in the top 4 last season.
Yeah.
They're still in the Champions League. They're expected to challenge for the Premier League title this season. We're not. And yet we won the last 8 times there at Craven Cottage. We can make weird, straw arm arguments going, well, this team didn't do this and this team didn't do that and this team didn't do that. What are we doing? The answer is we're doing nothing. We're doing nothing. So pressure's on. We're now asking Ruben Amorim in all comps to do something that he's not really done at United. Going, you have to win the next 2 games. You've got to win the next 2 games. I don't know.
And even if he does, even if he does win the next 2 games, like, go and do what you really actually are meant to do. Like, you're not going to get any ratings for doing it, but just make sure you do it.
Well, and also coming up
after the break, exactly, it's Chelsea and City.
Yeah, exactly. And I know, obviously, look, City lost against Spurs at the weekend.
Probably do it right in those type of games.
But I mean, like you said, like next 4. This is what, you know what? Actually, looking at these next 4 games, he's fucked. Let's be honest. Pardon my language earlier than mine, but he is, because you go right. Grimsby in the second round of the Carabao Cup. All right, let's say we should go through. You never know. Burnley at home. You know, we should win, but who knows? Then City away, Chelsea at home. And the reality is, there could be a situation where, in the league anyway, we only win one of those. And if we only win one of those, then we haven't started the season where we've won 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1 game out of the first 5. He's screwed. He's screwed.
And then you're talking that is a continuation of last season.
He's got to do something now in the first 5 games of the Premier League that he hasn't done. That he hasn't done, which is win at least a couple of games back to back. Like the pressure is so on. That's why I think for people that are going like, oh, this is too early to be doing like this. Well, actually, it's not, because you look forward to the next 3 games in the Prem. Oh my God!
And it's already started. And we said all the way through the summer, before the fixtures came out, and when they did, big stretch, that in order to restore some level of faith and calm, you have to start well. You have to start well. Now, we understand that, you know, there's a lot of there's some tough teams in there that you have to face, so you can lose. But you have to show something against the teams you should be taking care of. That's Fulham, failed. That's whoever it is in the League Cup, which we now know is Grimsby. You take care of that. It's Burnley, if we're just doing about who you know, who was there. And then you go, because it's open season against City and Chelsea, you know, I'm not going to be at that Chelsea game as well. Chelsea. So then you're like, if you don't get anything out of those 2, because it's back-to-back losses, let's say. Who is it after that? Like Brighton and stuff? Who is it? Is it hard?
After City, we've got Brentford away, and then Sunderland at home, and then Liverpool away.
Fucking hell, mate.
And we're back. And you know what it is, though? But we're now already back into that territory where we're looking at any match in the Prem going, I have no idea if we can win that.
Yeah, you don't know.
None.
You don't know. Fulham somewhere where we go and win all the time. We've just broken that record.
Yeah.
We won there the last 8 times. No manager's ever won at one place 9 times in a row. We're like, yeah, guess what? We did it.
Like you said, I even if the next 2 games positive, like, right, let's take the Carabao Cup one out of it. But like, just focus on the Prem. Just focus on the Prem.
Yeah.
Right. We say we beat Burnley at home, which we should. I know obviously last year we got a result against City and you never know, but then I'm looking towards that game after that Chelsea game going, as a reality, we could only be on like a couple of points by that point.
And then, I was literally saying, you want to stay with the pack. You want to stay with the pack for as long as possible. Like I said in the brochure, I was like, I know we're obviously going to be nowhere near the title, but what you want, especially at the start when it's all congested, stay in the pack for as long. Don't start tailing off from the first 4 games because you just lost. So already you're sort of like 4 points off the top, or you're not with the pack. Because when you start doing that, well, what is it? So 6 points and we got 1. So you're already 5 points behind already. You can maybe a few people are playing each other. So when we play Burnley, I think Arsenal got City, and there's a couple of big. There's some times where you can kind of just win this game, stay afloat, just keep yourself floating. All right, you get a draw away at City. We'll take that. It's not the worst. Can you get a big win at home? Can you beat Chelsea? Can you do something? But can you raise something? But it just doesn't feel like it's going to happen. It really, really doesn't.